I've been enjoying an interest in making my own sausages. Again, I've made them in the past. I have 4 or 5 videos on YouTube of homemade sausages. What I want to do today is I want to test 2 new products that I purchased. One is I bought a sausage stuffer, a dedicated sausage stuffer, because I tried making some sausages, chorizo sausages, with my attachment that goes on my KitchenAid. Fine for grinding the meat up, but difficult for stuffing the sausage casing. So I bought a dedicated stuffer, and I want to try this product. This is an LEM product, LEM Custom Blended Backwoods Fresh Sausage Seasonings. And they make a number of different blends. Like this one happens to be Bratwurst, which I want to make today. There's one for sweet Italian sausage, another for hot Italian sausage, chorizo, and so forth, breakfast sausage. I want to try this today. And I have books on making sausages, and they have recipes in them. But I don't have all the ingredients, all the spice ingredients, and I don't feel like going around shopping during this time of COVID. This will make it a lot easier. So let's make bratwurst. I'm ready to start grinding some pork shoulder. I'm also using some pork belly to increase the fat for improved texture. Pork belly isn't recommended because it's too soft, but if you put it in the freezer for 20 to 30 minutes, it goes through the meat grinder easily. I also chilled my grinder attachment in the refrigerator overnight to help with grinding. Place a piece of meat in the grinder and start the motor, in my case my KitchenAid. I have 2.5 pounds of pork shoulder and fat. That's about 1.1 kilograms. The grinding is done. I learned a trick from watching videos. There is still some unground meat in the grinder, but if you put a little of the ground meat in the grinder, it will push the unground meat through. Then when you disassemble the grinder, the meat remaining inside will be ground, and it can be added to the bowl. I'm ready to season the ground meat, and yes, I'm wearing a glove so that I won't get any meat under my fingernails. The back of the seasoning package has directions for the amount to use. I did a little advanced calculus, and for this filling I need 6 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of seasoning. I prefer to do things by weight. This came to 64 grams. It needs to be mixed with water. For this amount of meat, I need 2.5 fluid ounces, or about 75 milliliters. And this makes me think of flavoring. Water doesn't add any. What if I were to use red wine or bourbon? Maybe in the future. If you like your sausage to have a coarse, pebbly texture, just mix to distribute the seasoning. In some videos I saw, the cooks massaged the meat well to a sticky consistency for a smoother sausage filling. Crush the meat to blend it with the fat. If correct, it should lightly stick to the palm of the hand. A trick for tasting for salt: before you fill the sausage casings, take a little of the meat and cook it for tasting. You can then adjust for salt and pepper if necessary. This is the stuffer I bought for myself as a birthday present. This stuffer will hold 2.5 pounds of ground meat, so it's the perfect size for my favorite sausage recipes. There is the meat filling. I refrigerated it for a couple of hours to let the seasoning flavor the meat. I'm using collagen casings because they're easier to deal with than natural casings. No soaking, no rinsing. The package says not to soak these. To fill the stuffer without adding large air pockets, ball up some of the meat filling and then push it down into the cylinder. If you have something to use as a tamper, you can use it to push the meat down, forcing out air. The stuffer is full. Align the plunger and start cranking until ground meat starts to come out of the filler tube, or horn, as some people call it. There is the meat coming out of the end of the tube. arrange some casing on the fillet tube. I'm using string to tie the ends of the sausage because one of my sausage books says these collagen casings don't hold twists. The author recommends using string. Fill the casing only until it is full. Avoid overfilling because it will burst. Unlike a hog casing, collagen casing doesn't stretch. Yes, I'm working slowly because this is the first time I worked with this stuffer. Once I get the hang of this, I'll be able to work more quickly. I want sausages long enough to fit these hot dog rolls. 6 inches works well. Again, tie off the ends with string. I like using string because when I share these sausages with friends, they'll see the string and know these sausages are homemade. So there is one of my bratwurst. There are my sausages. I got 10 from 2.5 pounds of filling. The last one had some air pockets. I made a sausage pricker with a piece of wooden dowel and an old sewing needle. Puncture the air pockets to force air out. It's a good idea to puncture all the sausages in a few places. It will help to release steam when cooking, thus helping to prevent bursting. And, by the way, you might want to save some stale bread. You can put it in the stuffer to force out the last of the ground meat. Stop stuffing when you see the bread come out. After letting the sausages rest in the refrigerator for about an hour, I am frying one to make a sandwich for myself. I also buttered a bun to toast it in my skillet. Meanwhile, I am sautéing some onion on the stove. There is my toasted hot dog roll. Place a sausage on it and garnish with some lightly caramelized onion. Mustard is popular, but I don't care for it. Put the lid on top and enjoy. My very first bratwurst. Let's see how this tastes. Might be kind of messy to eat. That's really good. It doesn't taste like anything I know. It doesn't taste like a hot dog. It certainly doesn't taste like a chorizo sausage. It's really good. And with the onion on there, that's delicious. So excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy a late lunch of my homemade bratwurst.